Gerry Beckley of America shares the joys of being on a label like Warner Brothers in the 70s. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music. The band's first 8 albums, including their 1975 History Greatest Hits album, were all huge hits in the 70s. And by the way, that best of went 4 times platinum in the US and 6 times platinum in Australia. Back then, they were a trio with Gerry Beckley, Dewey Bunnell, and Dan Peek. Dan left in '77. They worked incredibly hard at getting to where they were. Gerry Beckley says there was a certain sense of amazing creativity at Warner Brothers in the 70s, where there were sometimes prestige artists, or sometimes people call them heritage artists, that would maintain that strong creative vein, even though sometimes they didn't sell that well.
It's what everybody's after. They want success, and then when they get it, it's an incredible pressure. But what you have to do is try and keep the big picture in view, and I just hope, because we came up in an era at Warner Brothers where it was vital to the label to have people like Randy Newman and Van Dyke Parks and Ry Cooder.
Yeah.
These people weren't selling a lot of records, but it identified the shape of that house. And that house was a place where artists could come and exchange ideas and record albums within reason. We're not talking about $1 million over-budgeted, and it was just a wonderful environment to exist.
I asked Gerry Beckley, with such a huge body of work, how they choose what's going to be in their concerts.
Yes, it's not a bad problem to have because a lot of classic acts are known for 1 or 2 songs, and the show, basically they hold those songs off till the end and you sit through an hour or so of less familiar material. But in our case, most of the songs are well known. Then the challenge is to pick an assortment of stuff from the albums, and we go right back to Riverside from the very first song on the very first album, and we come all the way up to stuff from the latest album and try and make a little cross-section, that with the available time that's remaining.
We hear a lot of artists wanting to play deep tracks. A lot of Elton John fans are always saying, why are you playing the same 20, 30 songs? And since he's selling out all the time, chances are that's what people want. But the true fans, the deeper fans, maybe the fans who have seen a particular artist 10, 20, 30 times, are sometimes wanting the deeper tracks, the album tracks. Gerry Beckley says that's always on their mind.
It has all of the hits in it. I'm trying to be careful to not just say it's a greatest hits show, because we've also made efforts to keep everybody up to date, so to speak, because we continually write and record and put out albums and have some action here and a little action on radio there, and it's done as much for our own sake, but we think that it keeps the show alive to continually adjust things. Having said that, we would really be remiss if we left out any of the hits, so we try to do them all. It's a lot of songs, so that's the good news, is that fortunately people think of the group as Horse with No Name, and then they go, oh, maybe Sister Golden Hair, or, oh, I forgot Tin Man, oh yeah, Tin Man, and then I Need You, and then they start to get up to You Can Do Magic, and you see this look on people's face of, oh, I forgot they did that song.
That's it, part 6 of a 6-parter of our exclusive interview with Gerry Beckley. We'll have our classic interview with Dan Peek coming up. As mentioned before, Dan left in '77. He passed away in 2011. When I posted the Gerry Beckley interview, he contacted me and said, why don't you talk to me about my side of America? And on this channel, we don't go around looking for dirt. If there's dirt out there and it needs to be reported, of course we'll report it, but we're not a channel that tries to raise crap. We just don't do that. Our motto's always been fair and honest reporting. That's what we try to do. But Dan Peek, having left America, had some interesting things to say, mostly good things to say about his ex-bandmates. And we really wanted to clean this up because Dan did not do that many interviews, and I had a chance to talk to him for 90 minutes. So we're cleaning up that interview, and we're hoping to have it on this channel in the next 2-3 weeks at the longest. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, share our videos, and comment on them as well. I'm John Beaudin. This is Rock History Music.